Hey guys, today I got a fun video for you. I'm going to compare the Jack Wolf Tango with Cerberus Knives collaboration on the frame lock versus the bolster lock. And so I'm going to give you some reasons why I ended up with both used. So I got a really good deal on both of these. And I'm going to tell you how much I love them and the one little issue I have with the frame lock. So this is the Tango from Jack Wolf. It's a collaboration. Oh, hello. Collaboration with Cerberus Knives out of, I think, Orange County, maybe California. Chris Ortiz makes some really cool knives, as well as Jack Wolf. So when they got together, they made an amazing design. I'm pretty sure this came out in 2025, if I remember right. We have the Starburst with the satin blade. We've got three different types of satins here. We got one running that way on the hand, and then we got some belt grinds here and here. Just a crazy blade. And then full titanium liner lock in here. And we've got some like bronze accents on the pocket clip and everything. Over here, we have a belt satin covered in a DLC. And so we've got FatCarbon here and then a bolster lock. So I purchased this knife on Blade Binge, got a pretty good deal. I was kind of obsessed with the design. I didn't really know how big it was. And I found that it is not a large knife, but it's small. And this is probably the smallest knife that I would carry just due to the fact that it does have great ergonomics. I've got large to extra large hands on the gloves that I put on. And so it's just a really beautiful knife. And the titanium Starburst gives you a little texture. This thing just feels great in the hand. I love it. And then we've got a little bit lighter version here. I want to give you weights and measurements and all that. But yeah, this definitely feels lighter in the hand. And it just looks amazing as well. Not as much grip, but that FatCarbon does have, like, if your hands are a little wet, you do get a little bit of texture and friction on there. Very, very cool knives. Both of these are incredible. So the reason I ended up with both is because I purchased the frame lock, and the thumb set on this is extremely sharp. And I was finding myself a lot of times I would get my, because it's so small, I get my finger on the frame lock and I, start to open it and not working. So I found that I really have to think about it and put my finger on the clip or somewhere else. And when you do, the action is phenomenal. It just feels incredible. Closing this one's probably a little broken in. Just like an insane design, fit and finish out of this world. Just so cool. So I was getting annoyed at that because my thumb was really starting to hurt after day after day after day of playing with it and fidgeting with it. And so I was like, I saw this one pop up for a really good deal on Blade Binge. So I was like, let's snag it. And worst case scenario, I sell one, and I'm, probably break even, to be honest. And so this one, it does have a little bit of wear on it. It does have like a few little markings on it where you can see that the previous owner actually used it a little bit and it did get a little wear. So this bead blasting is kind of interesting. For fun reference, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab a knife that has a similar bead blasting. All right, for fun, I meant to say sandblasted. This is on. So just for fun, you can get that little size comparison and see how small this is. This is a large knife, but these are very small, but just somehow they work. The ergonomics, the design, once you shoot it open, it's just, everything's right where it needs to be. If I go reverse flick, I'm like right there, ready to go to work. So, and this grind is just so cool looking. And the pocket clip I found to be pretty good. It's a little rough in and out of the pocket, so it's the ramp could be a little more interesting on the in. On the out, I don't care, but when you're putting it in, you do feel it kind of pop over, and it's not super smooth. So, all right, over to the DLC and the bolster lock. I found this action to be extremely easy, as I thought it would be. My finger fits here. Again, a small knife, not a lot of places for my finger to go. And this thing just shoots out. It's just a rocket on the detent. So just goes kabang. Yeah, super cool. Just an amazing knife. This is a knife that I'm going to keep and I'm going to use. And I'll probably sell this one just because I don't need two of them. It'll go back on Blade Binge to someone else who would love to have it. But very cool. Overall, the blade shape's great. The tip is pretty far up, but the knife's so small, doesn't really matter because you can get way up there already. Versus like a big knife where you're way back here and you're trying to get that tip down. For example, this one right here. Yeah, but very, very small knife compared to that, and just such a cool design. So let's get some measurements and some, you do get a cleaning cloth, and you get obviously this old school pog that comes with it. So, all right, leave that there so I know where the middle of my camera is, right there. All right. So anyway, let's get some measurements on these just for fun. I know from the specs on the website that were just sitting just at like 3.02, I think, on the whole blade shape and just under 3 on the cutting edge. But overall, we're sitting right around 7 inches right there. The handle, I know, is just under 4 inches when it's closed. And let's get some weights, because I think this was interesting. On the website, there's a little discrepancy. They did not put in the actual weight of this one. They put in 2.5 ounces, and that's not correct. So I'm going to measure in grams first, just because I like grams because they're a little more precise. So let's start out with the Starburst. Okay, we're sitting at 84, let's say 85 grams almost, and then 70. So 10 grams lighter. All right, let's go over to ounces. Let's see here if I can see. Okay, under ounces, we're going to go sitting right at almost 3 ounces, 2.5. So the website says 2.5. I think there's just a little discrepancy on the Starburst one, didn't get updated. So if you're watching this, Ben, maybe go check that. I could be wrong, but I think I pulled it up twice and double checked it. But overall, both of these phenomenal. They're both somewhat of fingerprint magnets on the blades. But whatever, if you're going to use your knife, it does not matter. Hopefully this blade will just get all scratched up anyway, and we'll see how that DLC holds up. Get some more shots there. But yeah, I don't think you can go wrong if you can find one of these on still for sale on Blade Bench. Go check them out. I've had a few Jack Wolf knives. I had the Gunslinger, then I had the Big Bro, and then I love the Big Bro shape so much that I picked up the Primo, and the Primo is pretty sweet. Sitting a lot larger than those ones. You can see there. So man, this just looks so good. Maybe it's my lighting, but yeah, such a cool knife. So go check it out. The Tango, there's a few variations. There was one that came out of Blade Show that has like this color pattern and then like this, I don't know, like Starburst carbon fiber, I think, which can't find anywhere. So that's why you go to Blade Show. So you can grab those one-offs that are just, special. So, all right, thanks for watching. And, for fun, I'm going to roll at the end of this video. I went to Blade Show, and there's some Ben Belkin in there, which he's a fun dude. I interviewed him with the tiny hand, and yeah, he's just a rad dude. It was up for a good time. So go check it out. I'll just roll that after this for fun, because I did put that in my big video, but my full Blade Show, but I think it'd be fun to just kind of interject it here. So people who didn't see that video. All right, I'll catch you later. See ya. All right, I'm here with Ben Belkin. He's going to show us some new knives, and yeah.
Hello, Tiny Hand. How are you today?
Actually, I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
For fun. Well, your favorite blade shape?
Favorite blade shape, clip point.
All right, me too. All right. And then your favorite color, but it's a two-part question. Why?
Favorite color, I'll go with orange. It's been my favorite color since I was a little kid. I don't even know why anymore, but I'm sticking with it.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. And then let's see this Scuffle.
All right, let's head over here. All right, so this is the Scuffle.
Well, it's going to be good.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versions of the Scuffle on the table. This was the Blade Binge dealer exclusive, sold out. Had to be fast to get that one.
Yeah.
This is the Blade Show West exclusive, 25 pieces made. We've still got a few of these left. Neon orange camo carbon, orange anodized aluminum backspacer. And then these are the 4 versions that went out to all our dealers. We've got 1 frame lock and 3 bolster locks. Frame lock has micro milled titanium scales. It's really cool features and accents. And then we have a Kieranite black ice with polished titanium backspacer and collars. Blurple titanium crystallized. This one I think sold out at all the dealers. And then this is green linen micarta with bronze accents.
Tell me about the design.
So this was designed by a friend of mine named Nick Rogers. He has a company called Niche Designs. He's done work for several of the knife companies. And I really wanted something where we were pushing the boundaries on what we've done before. And so he came out with this knife. It's inspired by a traditional Bowie. That's why we call it Scuffle, because a Bowie's a fighting knife.
Yeah.
And we've done, like I mentioned before, pivot collars. First time we did a rear flipper. Notice there's no hardware here other than 1 screw in the back. Well, there's actually internal screws holding the scales in from the inside. Our lock bar insert has no exposed screws. The stop pin is press fit into the blade. Normally we have the detent or the stop pin track cut in the blade, but these are cut into the frame. So just lots of really cool, interesting
Awesome.
features.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for just the straight titanium.
Can't go wrong with a frame lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can middle finger flick it with the fuller.
Yeah.
Has a nice sound to it also.
Yeah.
Always a happy accident when that happens, but we appreciate it.
That's awesome. Cool. Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
QR code if you want to follow me on Instagram to see more knives and other things.